Hey, the other day I built some shelves from 1/2 inch OSB, and I had quite a bit of the 1/2 inch OSB left over, so I wanted to make some bin boxes to store parts on my shelves. So today I'm going to show you how I'm going to build those bin boxes. Alright, I'm here at my table saw with the 1/2 inch OSB, and what I'm going to do first is take this scrap right here, and I'm going to rip this down to 12 inches. Okay, with my table saw fence set at 12 inches from the blade, we'll make a rip cut. For the bottom of the bin box, we want that to be 7.5 inches wide by 12. So we'll set it 7.5. And we'll cut. And I want the sides to be 6 by 12. Okay, with my bottom piece that's 7.5 by 12 and my two side pieces that are 6 by 12, as you can see in this one, I want this bevel on here. Make it easier to reach inside as this sits on the shelf. We'll cut that bevel. By measuring up 4 inches. And we'll just make a mark. And then I'm going to cut that at a 22.5 degree angle on my miter saw. And I'm going to cut both pieces at the same time. These are the inside, so I'm going to lay them just like that. And then set them up on my miter saw and make that 22.5 degree cut. Okay, first thing we'll do, set that at 22.5 degrees. My miter saw is an automatic stop. And I'm just going to make sure these are lined up. And then that 4-inch mark that I made, I'm going to line the end of the blade up with that. Okay, and then holding everything nice and straight and square, we'll make that cut. Alright, of course, you're going to need a front and a back. Now the back I know is going to be 6 inches tall. And we will be 8.5 inches wide. Now the front, the way I cut that, you might want to just take a measurement. Every time I've done this, it works out at about 3 7/8 of an inch. Okay, I've got my table saw set for 3 7/8, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Now I've set up cut 6 inches for the back piece. Now both of these pieces are going to need to be 8.5 inches long. So set up 8.5. have all our pieces cut, we can go ahead and start to assemble. Let's go through this again. The bottom piece, 7.5 by 12. The two sides are going to be 6 by 12. Measure up 4 inches, cut a 22.5 degree angle on both sides. Back piece will be 8.5 by 6. And your front is going to be 3 7/8 by 8.5. Now, all we'll need to do is glue it up, and I will use 16 gauge brads to hold the glue together so that we don't need to clamp.